Om. 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 We'll chant Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, sloka 37 onwards. Sloka 37. Arjuna uvacha ayati श्रद्धया पेतो योगचलितमानसः अप्राप्य योगसंसिद्धिं तां गतिं कृष्ण गच्छति. 38. कश्चिनो भयविभ्रष्ट छिन्नो भ्रमिव नश्यति अप्रतिष्ठो महाबाहो गूढो ब्रह्मण पथि एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण चित्तो मर्यस्य शेषतः त्वदन्यः संशयस्तस्य चेत्ता न हि उपपद्यते. श्रीभगवानुवाच पार्थ नैवेह नामुत्र विनाशस्तस्य विद्यते न हि कल्याणकृत् कञ्चित् दुर्गतिं तात गच्छति. 41. प्राप्य पुण्यकृतं लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समः शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे योगभ्रष्टाभिजायते. अथवा यागिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम् एतद्धि दुर्लभतरम् लोके जन्म यदिदरम्. 43. तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगम् लभते पौर्वदेहिकम् अतते च ततो भूया संसिद्धो कुरु नन्दन. Once again. तत्र तं बुद्धिसंयोगम् लभते पौर्वदेहिकम् यतते च ततो भूयः संसिद्धो कुरु नन्दन. हरि ओम. We are continuing our studies on Bhagavad Gita chapter 6. We have completed most of the portions. This is Shashta Adhyaya. Is called Atma Sanyama Yoga Adhyaya. Atma Sanyama Yoga means dhyana, meditation. So in this chapter, Bhagavan has given us a lot of instructions how to do meditation, including when to sit, where to sit, what should be the sit, how to sit, all that he has given. Then he has given how to control the mind, how to reduce the mind, how to be amanaska, without mind. So you do so much. After that, Arjuna is asking Bhagavan, we study so much, we do, karma, upasana, then we do this meditation. Suppose doing all these yogas, somebody, the whole purpose is liberation. So if somebody, before attaining the liberation, something goes wrong, either he diverts his attention, goes for bhoga, enjoyment, or he also can have death. Before achieving the goal of liberation, he can also die. So what will happen to such a person, such a jiva? Because Arjuna very well knows the continuity of the jiva. Right? So he asked, what goal he can attain in the next life also. So Bhagavan says very clearly, he says that you don't have any doubt. None of your knowledge, experience, your sadhanas, that will be destroyed. Whatever good work you do in this life, it will continue. In this life, in this Manusya Loka, as well as in the other lokas, wherever you go, it will continue. That means whatever punarjanma you get, your good deeds and the karmas that you have got, the impressions that you have created, will continue in the next life, and you will get a janma like that, and you can take forward your sadhanas. This Bhagavan says in Sloka 40. Partha naiveha namutra vinasastasya vidyate. Hey Partha, not only here, neither in this world, nor in the next world, there is no destruction for that person or the wise deeds. So Bhagavan is giving so much of emphasis of continuity of your good actions. This puts a onus on us to strive in this life itself. Many of us doubt, oh, I cannot, I cannot get moksha in this life. People are not sure of their goal. A goal may be knowing, but they don't want, they're not very clear, they can achieve or not. But be sure, Bhagavan is giving you assurance here. Whatever you have achieved, whatever level you have come to, wherever you go, it will also continue. Whatever level, I'll tell you later on, there are so many levels are there of your sadhanas. So level 1, level 2, level 3, wherever level you are, then you can, when you take a rebirth, you can also achieve. Not only that, even if you, detour from this life, you get another life where you are not doing yoga but bhoga. Then also another life you'll get, and your jnana will continue. So that type of detailed instructions are given in this chapter by Bhagavan Sri Krishna. So in this Sloka 41, he says that once you attain some righteousness, then it will be residing for years. And he will be born in a righteous family, which will be conducive for your furtherance of sadhana. So, some people are born in another family, maybe a Brahmin family or a pious family or a king's family, or where you can pursue your sadhanas because of his previous birth. Okay. So, in this sloka, in 42, he was telling one can get a rebirth in a family which is wealthy and wise. It's a very well-off family, so that he doesn't go through the difficulty while pursuing the sadhanas. But he can also be born in a family which is wise family. Wise yogi. But that is difficult to get. is what Krishna has said. So, if you get such a place, then you can pursue your higher goals through selfless sadhana, meditation. You can gain more and more inner integration with integrated personality. So you will not be that much of distracted. Your mind becomes dynamic so that you can aim for the highest of meditation. Despite all this, there can be some residual thoughts which are based on vasanas, the desires. So that type of things, they get again back to another life where they'll get a family which will be conducive for fulfillment of those desires. See, there are very many examples. We have Swami Sankarananda, who was very famous and he has written a big commentary on the Bhagavad Gita. He was a Shankaracharya in Sringeri Mata. He says, the person takes bath not only in the family of wise yogis that we have seen in the previous sloka, but also in the house of some rare householders. So wise person is one part, rich person is one part, but rare householders are there who are also established in the Jnana. Brahmavid are there, Brahmavid householders are also there. He gives example of Jnanis who are householders, like Vasishtha, Agastya, Janaka. So he can also get born in such houses. And all this, what you are talking about? We are talking about a yoga bhrashta. What is yoga bhrashta? Okay. Now, who is a yoga bhrashta? How one becomes yoga bhrashta? That we have discussed before, but I can repeat. See, when you are pursuing dhyana, jnana, all that, sometimes your mind gets distracted with external objects, with a desire for enjoyment. Mind gets distracted. You are doing all that, but you will find some period of time, some few days, you will be so distracted that you cannot sit down for dhyana also. And second thing is, he can die also in between because of accident or because of disease, whatever it is, he can die also. So then he doesn't achieve, because this is the karma bhumi. This Manusya Dharma is the karma bhumi. You cannot do any karma and get result anywhere else, any other dharma. So his thing gets stalled. Also, since he doesn't perform action, that enables him to get to Swarga. Since Swarga also he cannot do any action. So these are the cases where the man who is distracted is called yoga bhrashta. Okay. So what happens? What is the result of that yoga bhrashta? If see, it is applicable to us. It's not to somebody else. All of us are standing in the same platform, maybe different levels. Okay. We also can pass away before achieving the desired result of moksha. So what will be the result if it happens? So first of all, your devotion to Bhagavan, it will continue. You have got this opportunity to have the devotion for Bhagavan after many lives through yajna, dana, tapas. You have already got your sadhana chatushtaya, your qualifications you have already got. Otherwise, you will not come to this level of sadhana. And also, you will get viveka vairagya, that sadhana chatushtaya. Vairagya is very important. Then, as a result, you have got chitta suddhi. Your purification of the mind has taken place because of the sadhana that you have done. Okay. So this will take you forward. All this, what has happened, chitta suddhi and a conducive atmosphere, all that will take you to the next life where you will get a house which is pious house and very prosper house or a Jnani's house. Okay. So with that background, we see this sloka of 43 where he says what is happening to him if he is not able to have the union with knowledge. Yoga sansit, yoga buddhi sanyogam. That knowledge he is not able to connect because he is already a yoga vrasta. So wherever he takes birth in that pious family, there he becomes endowed with that wisdom acquired in his former birth, former body. And from that onwards, he strives for perfection. Understand? Wherever he gets born, he gets back his knowledge to that level. And from that, he strives to do more and more perfection so that he can achieve his moksha. So this doubt that what will happen to me if I die and I have done so much, that doubt you should take out. One thing for sure, if you are on the righteous path, you will be reborn in a pious, religious, wise yogi's house or a jnani's house. But when Krishna was asked this question whether he will start the thing again from the level 1, Bhagavan gives a great assurance. No. That even though he is born in whatever family, he doesn't start from LKG. Whichever label he has left in the previous lives, not only lives, previous lives as far as the jnana, vairagya is concerned. He will remember that, he'll recollect his knowledge, and he'll recollect most of his previous accomplishments also. You understand what I'm telling? That whatever he has accomplished in the previous lives, he can remember. He'll go through the process of ABCD also. He'll sit down in the class, he'll have his friends, comrades, he'll be there. But whatever he's studying in the class, it will be a revision for him. But he will outshine his comrades there, batchmates. He will rediscover the digested knowledge what he has already got. So he'll jump faster. He'll proceed faster in the jnana or in his experience. Because that jnana was lying dormant in him. So that is being rekindled. Not only that, he gains more energy and enthusiasm to pursue his application of knowledge. With more vigor, he will try to study and apply his knowledge in the worldly experience. Because knowledge without practice is dull and dreary. So Krishna is assuring that yoga brashta person, yoga brashta jiva, not only gets a family appropriate and conducive for his further studies, further pursuance of sadhana, for striving in the spiritual goal, but he regains all his previous knowledge and practice. Whatever he had learnt in the previous lives, with respect to knowledge and practice, he will regain that. From that onwards, he will take off. When it takes off, it will be with renewed vigor, renewed energy. So he'll learn faster. So he will strive for perfection. See, all of us can, we know also many prodigal sons with they are born and they from the early age they they display their previous knowledge and experience. How Bhagavan Shankaracharya, at the age of 8, he had studied all the Vedas. Is it possible for any child to start at 3 or 4 and then study all the Vedas at 8? At the age of 8, he's done all the Vedas, and at the age of 14, he started writing commentaries, Bhashya. So this is all that previous lives' knowledge and experience has played a part. Same way you can recall Swami Vivekananda also. There are episodes that he goes to a library and sits down for some time and he remembers all the books. So who can do that? Isn't it? There are so many stories about him. So this is not possible to have so much knowledge in one janma. We recall our Gurudev Swami Chinmayananji. In one life, he has achieved so much. More than 300 centers, ashramas, hundreds of schools, colleges, universities, temples. Millions of people are inspired. Is it possible for one person to do? Yes. Certainly, there is the previous lives residual action was there, knowledge was there, and then Bhagwan's grace was there. With God's grace, because he is endowed with that power, and he could do that. Here, Arjuna is addressed as Kuru Nandana. Why? Because Bhagavan wants to indicate that Arjuna, you are also one of the yoga brashtas. How is it so? Now, how did you get birth in this Kuru Vansa? Because you had done something good in your previous lives, so you could get birth in this Kuru Vansa, and then you could get good gurus, and you could get Bhagavan's himself. He was beside you as a friend. All that happened. It's not for nothing. You have come as a yoga brashta to this family, and because you had done some punyas and done some studies, all that you have done in the previous lives, so you are able to come in direct contact with Bhagavan himself. ये छोटी बात नहीं है. So Bhagavan is telling Arjuna, you are also yoga vrasta, you are that Kuru Nandana. Bhagavan has a way of addressing, So he will put some name, and that will have bearing on the meaning, will be leading to what he wants to say. So this Bhagavan and Arjuna, they are always together, not only in this, in that life only. See, when I had gone to Badrinath, see, there are two mountains, Nara mountain and Narayana mountain, separated by Alkananda river. One side is Nara mountain, another side Narayana mountain. It is said in the Puranas, in the Mahabharata itself, that Arjuna and Krishna did that tapas on top of the Nara and Narayana mountain separately. In fact, there is a, there's a Paduka Chinna in the slanting rock on the Narayana mountain. So the tradition continues. Even today, the Nara side, the mountain side is more people live. The Narayan side, Bhagavan, this thing, Badrinath is there, and less number of people, solitary, and it's a more peaceful. Whereas Narayan side, all crowd. So they are together not only in one life, many lives they are together. Nara and Narayan. In Mahabharata, in the Ramayanas, in all the Puranas also. In Ramayana, Sri Ram was, his guru was Vasishtha. Okay. So when Rama was being taught by Vasishtha, he did not want to take up the, reins. He did not want to become a king and all that. He became dispassionate, all that. While the dialogue was going on, Sri Ramji asked Vasishtha that if a person who is pursuing knowledge and sadhana, he dies in between, what will happen to him? Where he will be born, and what level of parentage he will have, and how he can pursue. After ascending first, second, third planes that he is telling. Now, in the Yoga Vasishtha is the treatise given by Vasishtha. The instructions given by Vasishtha to Rama is depicted in Yoga Vasishtha. Okay. So in that, little differently it is projected. It is said there are 7 planes of spiritual progress. That is called Yoga Sapta Bhumikas. Yoga Sapta Bhumikas. Okay. So I'll just name 7 of them. That's why Ramji is telling, which level whatever level he is getting, so which level he will be reborn. That's why I'm giving you the Sapta Bhumikas. First is for us, it is applicable to each of us. How? First, number 1 is Suvecha. Suvecha means good wishes or resolve, good resolve. First of all, you should resolve that I must have liberation. You should have desire for liberation. Mukshutam hona chahiye. Then proceed with your Sama, Dhamma, Shraddha, Titiksha, Viveka, Vairagya, etc. Whatever the fourfold qualifications are there. So you have that, and then you proceed. So this is the first step. Okay, that is Suvecha. Then Vicharana. Second step is second level. Or second plane, they call plane, 7 planes. Second level is Vicharana. That means Vichar karte. deliberation on the Vedic scriptures through Sravanam and Mananam. What we are doing, Sravana Manana, विचार करते हैं कि ये ठीक है कि नहीं, doubts are being removed. So Vicharana is the second level, second plane. Third plane is Tanu Manasa. Tanu Manasa. That means your mind has become fine, very subtle. Mind, as it is mind subtle, it becomes more subtle. Fine mind, fineness of the mind. With freedom from doubts regarding your Tattva Jnana, knowledge of reality. That means this is the level of Nididhyasana, what we call in our Sravanam Mananam Nidhyasana. Tanu Manasa is the level of Nididhyasana. This is the third level. Okay. Fourth level is Sattvapati. Sattvapati is realization of the self. This is the fourth level. Now we'll tell what more is there. There are three more levels called Asam Shakti. Is the non-attachment. Even after liberation, one can get attached, but it is a fifth level is Asam Shakti, is a non-attachment. Sixth level is Padartha Bhavana, non-perception of objects. And seventh one is Turiyaga or Turiya, the transcendence. Final state of a Yoga Brahta, or a final state of Jivan Mukta. So the Yoga Brahta, who leaves the body in one level, in the 7 planes I told you, he can die or become distracted in any plane. So he will take rebirth and resume his sadhana from that plane onwards. Wherever he left, suppose he lives at plane level 1, he will again resume from level 1. He lives at level 3, so he will start at level 3. So, depending on what level, at which stage of Sattva Bhumika, he departs the body. Then accordingly, you will take a rebirth. Then another thing is that his desire for enjoyment, because he becomes a yoga vrashta, because there is some vasanas. So that vasana is coming from where? Coming from predominance of desire for enjoyment, and which was much more than your vairagya. The impression of vairagya. These are two things. One, you desire to enjoy. The impression is there to enjoy, or impression is there for vairagya. So if your impression for enjoyment is more, then you will get particular type of life, rebirth. If your impression for vairagya is more, then you will get another type of life. So if there is a predominance of vairagya, impression for vairagya is there, then he will get a family, a good family, where he can, who knows the Brahman, that means a Jnani, a wise family, and he will pursue his sadhana steadfastly from that level onwards. So, I want to emphasize at this level that all of us should not get disheartened that I have only achieved so much. I have, whether I can achieve, get moksha or not. Whatever level of sadhana you have done, whatever level of knowledge you have gained in this life, even after death also, you will get burned accordingly. So pursue a righteous life, a life of good for yourself, good for the family, good for the society. Okay, that righteous life will allow you to get, not allow you, will enable you to get rebirth in a family which is righteous, which is wise, which is prosperous, and which is knowledgeable. Then you can pursue the same level of sadhana from that onwards. Some of you will say that, oh, Bhagavan Gita, we're saying this in Gita just to encourage us. You must have Shraddha. Shraddha is necessary for pursuing any knowledge. They say there is a nice mantra in Chandogya Upanishad. Yadeva vidyaya karoti Shraddhaya Upanishada Tadeva Viryavatam Bhavati. Yadeva Vidyaya Karoti Shraddhaya Upanishada Tadeva Viryavataram Bhavati. That means that thing which you do or perform with knowledge and faith and meditation, that alone becomes more powerful. Viryavataram Bhavati. You cannot only do that, I am intellectually sound and I will only do knowledge without Shraddha. The Shraddha is necessary and Dhyana, meditation is also necessary. All three must be combined. Then only you will be better off in your spiritual sadhana. For example, you are very sure of your intellect and you think that, but then you go to a doctor and you like the doctor, you are taking medicine from the doctor. Intellectually, you know the doctor is good, but you have no faith in the medicine. Will the medicine work? If you don't have the faith in the doctor and the medicine, medicine will not work. On the contrary, if you have the faith in the medicine, even a placebo also will work. They'll give an injection of saline injection that will also work. So Shraddha is very necessary. And Upanishada is the meditation, dhyana, concentration that is required for your power or prosperity. Here you have to have that Shraddha, that Vidya, which will take you to in the next life also we can pursue. Okay.
पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव यते शवशोऽपि सः जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते
पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव पूर्व अभ्यासेन तेन एव by former practice, by that verily this will happen by former practice. Purva abhyasa. Purva means when? Past practice, what you have done in the Purva Dharma. Riyate yavaso picha. Riyate is born, again comes back. He avasaha api cha. Abhasa means helpless. Even if you are helpless, even if you don't do anything, it will come back. Jigyasur api yogastha. Jigyasu is what? Jnantum ichha jigyasa. So a person who is desirous for knowledge, jigyasu api yogasya. He is desirous also of yoga. Sabda brahmati vartate. Sabda brahma ativartate. Sabda brahma means the word Brahma, that is Vedas, ativartate means it transcends or goes beyond that. Ativartate. Okay. The meaning becomes by that very past practice, what you have done, So he is carried forward even in spite of himself. He apasapicha, in spite of himself, the knowledge is carried forward. He wants or not, he does or not, the knowledge is carried forward. Even a seeker of yoga, yoga means all these yogas that we are seeing, even a seeker of yoga transcends the result of performance of Vedic rituals. The Sabda Brahma. We'll discuss that. So, what is Bhagavan trying to say is that you don't lose anything. And whatever you're doing now, it will be a carry forward. Here he's not talking of any wrong things, papa, or all that things, He's talking of only good things. Okay? So whatever action or whatever jnana, whatever abhyasa, whatever righteousness is accomplished in this life, it will be carried forward to the next life, next life, next life. Not only one life, it will carry forward many lives. Because it is said that today is an extension of yesterday. It is not standing alone. Today is not standing alone. What I have done yesterday, day before, is a continuation of that. The life has got a logical continuity. Continuity with our own past. That past experience is also carried forward in this life itself, in one life itself. The life's past experience is also carried forward to today and tomorrow, isn't it? Whatever you have done in student life is carried to your career. If you have done well, your career will be well. If you have done career well, then you will, of course, materially, you will also do well. So, as it is materially, so is spiritually also. That is carried forward. Yesterday's life is today's, it carried forward to today's life, to tomorrow's life also. So our day-to-day life is a continuity. Same way, you like it or not, the habits of your past birth will compel you to carry forward same habits in this birth and next birth also. See how Bhagavan is putting forward, he says it's nothing new. He says, whatever was the habit, practice, knowledge, what you have achieved in the previous lives, it will be carried forward. It will compel you to do that. And it is not by choice. It will happen. You like it or not. You want to do it or not. It will happen. If you are a jnani, you will continue with the jnana. If you are a bhakta, you will continue with the bhakti. If you are doing a yogi, you will continue with the yogas. And if you are a righteous person in a fully integrated person, that yoga will detach you from bhoga. That means austerity will detach you from enjoyment. This is the real life story today and tomorrow. What has happened to us before and what will happen to us tomorrow. We cannot separate our lives from our past lives. Can anybody do that? Nobody can do that. With this, background. We'll close it today and we'll take it forward next time. Any questions on this? Because it's a topic which is quite interesting, that you cannot detach yourself from the previous practice or previous experience of yesterdays or yesteryears or yesterburths. It will continue. And in this sloka, he says, he abasyapi, abasa api, helpless. You don't want also, it will come. You don't want to study also, it will come. Because you have done in the previous life. You don't want yoga, some life you'll have, I don't want to study, but you are a genius person, that study will come. Despite your efforts, that will flow. So we'll see this in the next class. Now I open it for question answer. Bhavana, pada, artha, abhavana. That means non-perception of objects. तुम्हारा object और भावना नहीं रहेगा. If you will see something, you will not see. And you have no attachment toward the objects. Padartha, abhavana is non-perception of objects. Sapta bhumika. It's very important. Yoga Vasishta is a very nice text. And that Sapta bhumika is quite interesting. So in the fourth level itself, you achieve your realization. After that, 3 levels of in the Jivan Mukta. Level 5, 6, 7 at different levels in Jivan Mukta.
Thank you.
Good, Madhu. Buddha Abhyasa, what do we call the former practice or the jnana, whatever is there, it remains dormant. So it is rekindled when you come in contact with a noble person, Mahatma. Even coming in contact with a noble person is also a factor from the previous dharma. Otherwise, you will not come. Here, Bhagavan said, no. I mean, it is said, Mahatma have explained, even taking birth in Kuru family and also coming in contact with Bhagavan as Sakha, that is also because of a punya of your previous lives.
Unless Shivananda comes in contact with the
Shivananda or
then actually he has gone to expose Shivananda, and then Shivananda sent him to Tapovan.
He gave him and gave him the sannyas, then he went to for further studies. Perfection. Then he said, in this sloka is there, no? You come to one level, then you strive for perfection. This is what happened in Gurudev's life. Yeah. Whatever level you are born with, he started from that level and then he strives for perfection more and more. That happened with Tapovan Maharaj. Also, Manusyanam Sahasrapi. Kya, Shishir Babu? That millions of people are there. Nobody is coming for this sadhana, you know. Jnana, how many people are coming? So out of that 1,000 also, whoever is pursuing knowledge also, there are so many obstacles are there. So you will appreciate that, and I appreciate that all of us are together. So we close the class today. Tomorrow we'll have the Pathopanishad. Okay. Pariyam.